I think angel activity in India is very recent. Uh, I mean, I founded Indian Angel Network 7 years ago. There was a first group, so it's very recent. After that came Mumbai Angel and other angel groups. Uh, Overall, it's still very small. IN now may have become the largest angel group in the world. 350, 360 people. We're doing 30, 40 investments a year, 100 crores a year. It's bigger than most angel groups globally, but at a total level, angel investments in India, number of angels in India is very small. So if you add it, if I add all the angel groups, how many do we have? If we have 350, total in the country maybe 1,000, maybe a few more, is nothing. We need tens and hundreds and thousands of angels. We need lots of angel groups. Oh, they will come, they will come. They will see what we're doing. We started IN, there was no angel group. Mumbai Angels came after that. Hyderabad Angels, Chennai Angels, Calcutta Angels. So it grows. All the angels that were in the angel networks, their experience will inspire others because we are seeing fantastic returns on investments in IN. More people will join, more people will become angels. All the stuff that you guys do in the media, this kind of stuff will inspire other people with net worth to be angels. It will grow. This is following the same trend as it went in the US. See, who becomes an angel? Usually, yeah. So Mr. Ratan Tata is an exception. Usually, Rockefellers and Fords, I mean, these are not people who become angels. They do invest in ventures, but of their group ventures. The people who become angels and invest in other people's ventures are typically first-generation entrepreneurs who have become successful, for whom being in business was not a destiny but was an accident, and therefore after a few successful cycles they start to say, well, I've done enough, I'm now tired of doing one more venture, why don't I invest in other startups? So it's generally successful serial entrepreneurs who have created some wealth for themselves. They become angel investors and they have experience to share. They can add value. That is what happened in California. India, it's been slow because if you look back 10, 15 years ago, there weren't enough successful serial entrepreneurs who'd made enough money and exited. That has happened. That's how I became one. That's how others became one. Now, as the Kunal Behel or Sachin Bansal or Bhavish Agarwal, Zomato, as they make some money, they're doing it. They'll invest in companies. Yeah, so this will grow virally like it's grown everywhere. So I don't think we should be concerned. To my mind, this is moving better than it has in most countries. If you look at what makes Silicon Valley is 3-4 things. It's fashionable to be an entrepreneur. If you look at Silicon Valley pecking order, highest respect is for a successful entrepreneur. Second highest respect is for a failed entrepreneur. Okay? Somebody who's in a MNC, this third, somebody who's in government is way down below, right? So in India, that's beginning to happen. Today, you're seeing successful entrepreneurs being celebrated. 10 years ago, where did you hear about them? You guys in the media would talk to the big business houses. You wouldn't talk to entrepreneurs. So entrepreneurship is being celebrated. Successful entrepreneurs are being feted. Today, people who failed are also being valued. I would any day invest in a failed entrepreneur before investing in a successful entrepreneur. Okay, that's beginning to happen. The whole ecosystem of investment, angels, VCs, all of that is beginning to happen. So if I'm working in a company, I know if I step out and have a great idea, I'll get support, I'll get mentoring, I'll get help. The organizations like TIE, you have angel networks, all of that will happen. Was not, when I started my first startup, none of that was around. It was much harder. So more of this will happen. There's a symbiotic relationship between the amount of capital available to be invested in startups and for people to take the risk of going out and doing a startup. So this is why you're seeing the system exploding. And contrary to what people say, there is a lot of innovation. I mean, in the stuff that I see, there's lots of innovative companies. And particularly when it comes to addressing the needs of not the top billion, but the next 3 or 4 billion below the top billion in the world, the best innovation actually is happening in India. At the end of the day, top line is not the only criteria. So eventually you have to have bottom line. And a theory which says, I'll keep investing and the last man standing will win is not a great theory, because, if you're doing $1 billion of revenues and are not profitable, and then if you do 10 billion and are not profitable, as an investor I would say, so when? Do I have to keep investing for the next 20 years? So I think one has to get careful. You hear Nikesh Arora says the same thing, that getting market share just by discounting the product below cost is not a viable strategy. You have to bring efficiencies into the operation. And yes, we all believe in e-commerce that scale will make you profitable, but you need to make sure that you have a business model where scale will make you profitable.